I'm Suzanne Ridgway from Let Us Eat, and welcome to my channel. I've been up since 5 a.m. and I made my coffee, and I've been currently drinking it. I did my login streak on June's Journey, and I do that first thing every morning so I don't forget. Taking my medication that I need to take every day for my thyroid, and I looked around to see what needs to be done today. The landlord's coming over later today to fix the sink, and he's going to tighten the faucet as well as take a look at our toilet, who's been behaving badly lately, and I don't want a big mess and have the toilet overflow, so he's going to take a look at it and fix the chain in the back in a few minutes. And I have a sink full of dishes that I have to do. I'm just going to show you what the mess looks like beforehand so you get a before and after effect. Here is my sink before, and I'm going to wash all these dishes up. At least the dish drain is empty, and my countertop's not too bad. And I'm going to just put everything away that is on it and give it a good scrub down so we can cook on it today and prep all our meals. The stove looks pretty decent, and I'm loving the command hooks for the pot holders. It just keeps them out of the drawer, and they're right by the stove, and I can just easily grab them. I'm also loving the door hanger from Dollar Tree, and I flattened out the top part and I hung it with command hooks, and my brooms are no longer toppled over on the floor. Finish up by wiping out my sink. I'm going to leave the crock pot in there to dry. I won't be using it again until tomorrow. Or maybe Saturday. I haven't quite decided yet. We might end up having the beef stew Saturday, because usually we do pizza on Fridays when my team has an appointment, but it may be a Zoom because of the bad weather that's coming. Nice clean sink. I took out my giant bag of baking soda because I touched up my microwave, and I took the dish plate out and I gave it a nice scrub down. It had a slight odor smell, and the baking soda is going to get rid of that. And I gave it a nice good wipe down, and I keep it very clean so it didn't have any effort at all. And I'm just going to touch up the stovetop from where all the things that fell out of the microwave and landed on the stove. So we decided on the beef stew instead of the chicken tacos, and I put that back in the freezer for another day. Creating storage where you don't have any is as easy as command hooks and Dollar Tree bins. I'm going to take this basket and fix it onto the command hooks for our hats and gloves, and these coats that you see here are going to go onto a coat rack onto the opposite wall, and then I can put a few more bins and command hooks where the coats are for extra storage space in my hallway going outside. And the coat rack is going to go where that helmet is. And I recently did the bird feeder stuff and got pet food bins for the peanuts and bird seeds for my birds. I'm going to be cleaning up in here the computer is going to be moved when it's fully charged. I'm going to sweep and mop the floors today. I took care of the pet last night, our gerbil, and just do a big sweep. I'm also, behind the door over there, going to touch up the bathroom so the landlord can look at the toilet and fix the chain problem. I wasn't able to use the rack in the cabinet, but I just put the pans in here and set them on the side of my stove. I don't use them that often, and they're close enough to the kitchen where I can grab them when I need them. Tonight's dinner is going to be beef stew, and I just assembled it into my crock pot using a McCormick's packet, not a sponsor, and I will include my complete recipe down below in my description box. Here is the drawer with the skinny bins, and they are housing the lids. And I have my microwave soup cup in the back with the lid over here on the left. And I did them by size. I'm going to wipe down the dinner table because we will be eating here tonight. I got the beef stew in my crock pot. Move my apples for a minute. I got my cleaner from the Dollar Tree. And I'll wipe down my tabletop. And I haven't done the rims of the chair in a while, so I'm going to do that as well. Just to have it all nice and clean when my landlord comes over to fix a few things in my apartment. It used to not always be this clean. We used to have quite a horrible, cluttered mess everywhere you looked. And for the past few years, I've been working really hard, getting rid of a lot of clutter and downsizing. And I have my Swiffer mop all ready to go. I just gotta put the cloth on it. And I keep my wet ones in a Ziploc bag. Everything from the Dollar Tree. And it looks like I have to get directly under the table, which I didn't notice first thing this morning. That's okay. So I'm going to just sweep up under there after I do a light mop. And then I'm going to clean up the coffee table and the TV room. And give the TV a good wiping down. I use a hair band or a rubber band or whatever I have available on the Swiffer because they don't always stay on very well. And this way, when I'm mopping my floor, I don't have to worry about it falling off. These are very old floors and they weren't finished when I came in, moved in about 10 years ago. So I keep them as clean as possible with children that live in the household. When I did my sweeping, I did go over the baseboards and under them. Keep the dust down on them, especially since we have the heat on in the wintertime. We don't want to cause a fire. The TV room is swept and mopped, and I shook the rug out because it needed it. You should do that about once a week. And I also shook out the couch cushion for the futon and swept underneath it. If you have kids, I recommend doing that twice a week, or at least once a week or twice a month, because it gets very bad underneath the couch if you don't. I shined up the coffee table. The bookcases look nice. And I dusted all the corners of the ceilings here. That is all done. And the TV stand is dusted. More hot tips to create storage space for your small space. Please give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe. And tap the bell so you can be in the know of my latest tip and trick for hidden storage space. And to get it all done with the cooking and the cleaning, with tonight being beef stew, not chicken tacos. And all the cleaning that I did in between the cooking today to get it all done. And don't forget to subscribe.